Well, howdy, howdy, howdy. Nearly Senior Citizen here. Greetings, boys and girls, and welcome to this. Once again, little Charvy. Now, I'm going to bring little Charvy out of circulation after today, and tomorrow I'm going to bring Mama Squeak back out. She's doing really good, so I'm not too worried, and he's the one with his fur coming off that I'm getting worried about, just because of his age. So I'm going to transfer him out of circulation and bring Mama Squeak back in. Now, I did wake him up, so I'm going to put him back into his nest because he's a sweetie. He's an absolute sweetheart. There you go, little guy. I'm going to cover you up with your tissues again. There you go. He's a good little guy. He's getting older with his fur coming out. I don't know how much longer he's going to live. My little guys, if they last 2 years, they're doing really good generally, so still. Now, one of the things that I did play around with the other day because I really liked the sound, I thought it was goofy, was this. Yep, the husky scream. Now, one of the things that I like to do because of the various weird stuff that really I enjoy is playing around with it. So inception wise, if you stretch it out 10 to 1, so it's, you know, every 1 second of real time gets stretched out into 10 seconds, then I'm not going to be silent for all this, but it sounds like this when you stretch it out 10 to 1. So we're going to listen to that inception wise while I'm talking about this. You can use Audacity, and there's a thing called pulse stretch that allows you to stretch the sound out. Any sound, songs. That's when originally someone had stretched out a Justin Bieber song 800%, so it was unrecognizable as a song. It took like 15-20 minutes to play it, but it sounded so bizarre. And so that's why I like doing that to the husky. I don't know if it's done yet, because it's like at a 10 to 1, it's like a 30 some odd second sound file. So hopefully that's done playing now. I don't know if it is. It should be like 30 seconds or less than a minute, and I think I've talked long enough for that. Now, at 30 to 1, it really sounds bizarre, so it really gets pretty inception-wise, and we're going to start that one now. So that one's going to play for a couple minutes. I'm not going to play any more of them, but inception-wise, sounds pretty bizarre, doesn't it? So that's going to keep playing in the background in lieu of music. Yay! I may do that to songs just because I really like playing with sound files. I always have, even as a kid with the primitive materials available there. When I was in high school, a friend of mine went into radio. Well, in fact, it was just after high school. Between the time that I went into the Air Force and I graduated, a friend of mine had gone into radio, and I stopped by his radio station to play around with the equipment while he was working one time. And it was fun. It was really goofy, all the stuff you can do with sound. Because they had some soundboards. Things have changed a lot now. Now when you work in radio, it's just you're generally one person running like 10 or 15 stations where you're just going through and slotting cartridges into things and making sure that everything's playing on time. So radio has really changed. But everything changes. Life is life. Thumbs up. So I'm going to hopefully, and I say hopefully because I doubt I'll ever do it. I really want to learn how to use music programs because I want to make and do mashups myself. After listening to Crocodile Chop, which was, you know, Neil Cisarega's taking Chop Suey by System of a Down and Crocodile Rock by Elton John and making Crocodile Chop an absolutely astonishing song. I've had mashup ideas in my head for a very, very long time. One of them right now is, I don't know where and how this one popped in, but after having the Crocodile Chop run through my head for quite some time, I've got now a Crocodile Rock and Neil Sedaka's Breaking Up Is Hard to Do thrown into the middle of that one. So I want to try and do that. So here's hoping. I've got all sorts of goofy stuff and musical things in my head, but I don't know how to do any of that stuff. I've never been able to play a musical instrument. I've always been clumsy. I'm like well, you know, it's like what that old thing about a centipede, you know, the 1,000 feet, you know, you start to think about it and then it can't walk. It's like that. It's you think about what you're doing, you can't do it. And I've always been clumsy enough that I've had to concentrate on my hands, that I'm trying to make all my 1,000 feet work while thinking about it, which you can't do. You've got to let it flow. And I've never been able to do that. And especially now, where like a year and a half, 2 years ago, well, it was like 2.5 years ago when I got severed, but my radial nerve got severed, so my arm was, my hand was paralyzed for like a year and a half. I'm damned lucky. I was told by the people at the Veterans Administration after, it was severed. I severed my nerve here through abrasion. It was like by leaning up against things, it abraded my nerve. Like taking the nerve fiber bundle as a rope and rubbing it against a really sharp rock just day in and day out, just until you're just going like this and strands are severing and they're coming apart, and then one day, poing, you've got an end here, and oops. And that's what happened there. It just went doink, because I kept severing fibers until one day there were no more fibers left to sever. I was told that if after 7 years, which is still 5 more years from now, that if my hand still didn't work, to not give up hope. Nerves do heal. With the damage that I have had, I am amazed that this thing works at all right now. So I'm not going to complain that it doesn't work right. And it does not work right. It's, I'd say, pretty much 100% healed, but there's scar tissue that builds up, and the nerve impulses do not go through scar tissue. And so this, unless I concentrate on it, it just sort of has a mind of its own. And if I reach for something, this hand, if you just normally reach for, like, you go, hey, I'm going to grab that glass. You grab the glass and you're fine. With this hand, if I'm not concentrating on it, I'll go, I'm going to grab that glass. Thunk. And so I've got to go, okay, watch it, and then keep going. Whereas that hand, grab, go. This one, watch it to make sure that it's actually doing what I want. And so now, especially if I don't concentrate on it, it doesn't work right. And the idea with music is it doesn't involve, a lot of it just involves your spinal cord. It's the flowing of your body and your spinal cord, because it doesn't involve here any longer. But I have to involve this part because of the nerve damage, so that interrupts the flow. I'm a 1,000-foot centipede trying to regulate 1/2, and it doesn't work. Thumbs up. So, though, because of that, even though I can't play a musical instrument, I should be able to figure out these musical programs. I should, if I actually sit down and try and work with it. Because one thing I have noticed throughout my life, of course, and that's the only way that I can, I only have my life to compare things to, is if you're interested in something and you want to do it, you'll climb over Mount Everest twice to figure it out. Whereas, of course, if you've got to do something you don't want to do, there might be just a hill of 100 feet that's like, oh my God, it stopped me. 100 feet? I got to go over that hill? I can't do it. No, I quit. And so it's all up here. You just got to be able to push. You got to be able to want to do it. If you don't want to do it, no amount of pressure is going to make you do it, or do it well. You'll grudgingly do just well enough to be able to pass. if you can figure it out. But if you enjoy something, as stated, you know, I have willingly done the equivalent of climbing up Mount Everest on my hands and feet, just gone, I'm going to figure this out, and then gotten to the top and gone, yeah. So you can do it. You just have to want it. And I did not sleep incredibly last night, even though a good night of sleep can make all the difference in the world. I, of course, still have falling asleep insomnia. Not as bad as it has been, so it is getting better. Being back on methadone, it is normalizing out my sleep pattern again, which I've got to change, because for my colonoscopy, one of the things you have to do is the night before your procedure, and this is what is going to be so much fun, you have to take a full container of laxative, something that should last you a month, and you make 1 pitcher of fluid of that entire container of laxative, and then you drink 1/2 of that between that, what is it, 3 o'clock and 5 o'clock, and then you wake up at 2:30 in the morning and you drink the other half. Now I'm kind of worried about this part of it, because I'm not quite sure where my procedure is. I've forgotten to look that up. If it is in Shelton, not that much of a problem. If it's in Olympia, that's a half-hour's drive from here to there. So hopefully my system would be not trying to still empty itself out when we have to hit the road, because we got to be there at 9:30. So that means we have to leave at 8:30 at the latest. That's, if my system's still trying to empty itself out at that time, that'd be no fun. Especially if it's in Seattle. That's a good 2-hour drive. And if my system ain't done, that ain't gonna be pretty. So we're gonna have to see what happens. As it is, no more food with any sort of red dye in it. No more food with seeds or nuts. I've got to eat very bland, easy to clear out of your system stuff. So as soon as I finish eating my pizza, Potatotron sent me a $40 Amazon Domino's Pizza gift card through email. I ate like a king last night. I was bloated, full. I haven't eaten that much in probably a year. I ate half a pizza and a big piece of bread. They make bread, stuffed breads thing with, and it's stuffed with cheese and jalapenos and bacon. And like I said, I was very full last night. I'm very happy. I have half a pizza and 3/4 of a breadstick thing to finish eating today. And if I don't finish all that, to eat tomorrow too. And I don't mind doing that. I'm the kind of guy where if you make like a big pot of something on Monday, I'll eat it Monday morning. And then I'll gladly have some for lunch. And then I'll have a plate of that for dinner. And then Tuesday, if there's any left, I'll have that for breakfast. And lunch, yeah, I'll have that for lunch. And if there's still some left, throw some on a plate. And if there's a little left, I'll have it for breakfast the next day too. I don't mind. Now my wife, if she had like spaghetti on Monday, it would have to be at least a week before she could have spaghetti again. So she could have one meal of it, and then if there were any leftovers, I'd have to eat the rest of it because she just couldn't. I'm happy eating. I'll eat one thing happily for up to a week. After that, I get bored with it. But up until then, I'm happy just eating. So I've got food. I'm happy. I'm very, very happy. I have good tasting, wonderful food. It is. Canadian bacon, ham, you know. Pineapple. I'm a pineapple person. Jalapenos, Italian sausage, extra cheese. Oh, delicious. Oh my gosh, it's 15 minutes. I rambled on and didn't even realize the time. Anyway, though, I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments on my community tab on Chrome, and I'm going to go through and thank 20 to 25 people. I sign in American Sign Language, which is, sign language, to count on the fingers of this hand, even though I am doing that with my fibromyalgia, post-acute withdrawal syndrome, widower brain, depression, bipolar disorder. I lose track really, really easily, so it's a range. Now, if I mispronounce your username, no disrespect is intended. I'm an American English speaker. We're not really good at pronouncing names. We're really good at calling the cops on anyone who's not Lily White, but past that, no. So I'm going to do my best. I'm not reading the comments right now. I'm just thanking you for having left a comment. Whether it is a good comment, a bad comment, an indifferent comment, thank you for having left a comment. It is appreciated very, very much. Thumbs up. So I'm calling it Chrome. Oh, I do need to do something else too. I want to get that done. But we have Dancing Pineapple, heck of a name. Thank you very, very much. And Randy Kirk. Actually, that was my genetic father's last name, Kirk. If I had gone into the Air Force and become a captain, if my mother hadn't remarried, I would have become Captain Kirk. Linda L., thank you very, very much. And Boring, greatly appreciated. Marcus Alejandro, thank you very, very much. Jose Ortiz, thank you. Tundra Keeper, thank you very, very much. And Tyler Tanner, thank you. Lil Reed, thank you very, very much. Sagnik Mukherjee, I sure hope I'm close, but I bet I'm not. Thank you. Jacob Barton, greatly appreciated. Jamie O'Brien, thumbs up and thank you. Cami96, greatly appreciated. Dental adhesive. I hate the way the stuff melts and gets all over my lips. I've said it before and I'll say it again. The way it melts and gets all over, it looks like I've been giving blowjobs at a bus stop with that white stuff all over my lips. But no, it's not semen, it's dental adhesive. And then we have Young Austin, thank you very, very much. Dylan M2, thank you. Yuval Grossman, greatly appreciated. Nickett, thank you. Rifter, greatly appreciated. Stray Kids District, thumbs up and thank you. Bob Ross, thumbs up. Potatotron, greatly appreciated. Thank you so much. My tummy thanks you so much. Kronos PL, thank you very, very much. And Jurassic 375, thank you. Talon the Witch, heck of a username, and thank you. And last but not least, Mgui, thank you very, very much. Each and every one of you is stated. You get me out of my head, into the world, dealing with real people. Thank you very, very much. Yes, I wanted to say this. To keep me from feeling lost and alone and trapped if my computer goes down, Michael Sorenko bought this for me. Yep, you can see my monitor in there. There's me on my webcam software. But he purchased this. It is an Amazon Fire 7 tablet. It's 1280 by 600 on this 7-inch screen. It is a quad core. It is, my God, it's fast. It's incredible. It's responsive. It is really, really nice. Thank you so much. So greatly appreciate it. He has told me there is a keyboard for it coming on the way because with my sausage fingers, it's hard to do things on here. And then there's also, he bought a case coming for it because I'm clumsy. I'm going to drop it. So thumbs up and thank you very much. It is appreciated. Oh, hokey smokes. I got a whole bunch of links down below if you could check those out. Twitter, Facebook, GoFundMe, Patreon.com, Google+. If you could donate to my GoFundMe campaign or become a Patreon.com patron like one of these beautiful and awesome people, that would be, well, beautiful and awesome. But if you cannot donate or you simply do not donate, I do take all good wishes. I deposit them in the bank of my heart where I draw interest, so thank you very much. And if you could toss me a like, I do appreciate all the positive validation I get from my existence. Definitely a thumbs up. If you could subscribe to the channel, that would be cool. I would understand if you don't want to, but if you are down with it, I will do my best to keep you entertained from now until literal end of time. Thumbs up for that. Hopefully I've got a reaction video today, hopefully a game video, hopefully a game video from my game channel. Hopefully I'm not going to fall asleep like I've been doing. Fell asleep yesterday, couldn't get all the videos done that I wanted to do. Such is life. I'm trying though. So, I sincerely hope that you have a good day today. There was something else I wanted to say. I can't remember what, and there's not enough time. Life is life. So you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, and that, my friend, is a very good thing.